So I just had to turn on my webcam and make this video real quick. It's super early. It's 5 a.m. right now. I just woke up, and as I was checking my messages, looking through stuff on Facebook, actually, I saw this picture right here in front of you, and it completely just summarized it. This is the entire story, basically, right now. It's certainly what I went through trying to make music licensing my full-time job. And I certainly still face some of this now as I'm building my online educational platforms. And I know many of you guys are in this struggle right now. You're just in the beginning stages right now, putting your sort of dreams out there, putting your goals out there, and really planning a path for yourself moving forward. And you're realizing as you're going towards your goal there, you got some obstacles in front of you. And some of these people should be your friends, should be your family members, should be people that you would hope would be encouraging you and saying, go for it. That's great. You know, that's awesome. But a lot of times you don't get that, obviously. You don't necessarily always get a baseball bat, but sometimes you get people that will just passively kind of stand in your way or just not encourage you at all and just sort of be kind of a silent objector to your path forward and not really give you any encouragement or say that they believe in what you're doing and they really want to help you on your path. So they're just kind of passively sitting there watching you as you go down this really scary journey in front of you. And I just want you guys to know that I have definitely been hit by pretty much almost every single one of these that are on this path here. Some of them not as abrasive as a hit to the face, but again, I've definitely had this rejection marching down the paths that I walked down, especially when trying to do sync licensing full time, trying to build this platform, putting my YouTube channel out together, you know, doing Sync Academy, Sync Edge, everything that I've ever built. I've had pretty much all of these things kind of lining up and had to go through many of them to get to where I want to go to. And I'm still on this path. I am not there yet. I still have a long ways to go in terms of all the goals that I set for myself and what I want to build with my, career, my licensing career, and with my platform here. And you guys should know as well, to get to your goals, there's really nothing you can do about this. This is going to be your path moving forward. I wish I could tell you that there's a magical speech you could give to everybody in your family, your boss, your friends, your relatives, your roommates, and they would just magically, get it and support you and not try to stand in your way. But it's just not the way of the world. It's just not reality. And it's not that people are necessarily bad. This isn't a thing where, all these people that are on this graph for you are not, if they are giving you some resistance or flat out just trying to get you to stop doing it, it doesn't mean that they're terrible people or that they want you to not do well. I think most of what it is that you making a bold choice in your life sort of exposes their choices, right? So in a way, it's the crabs in the bucket mentality. So if there's a bunch of crabs in a bucket and one of the crabs starts to figure out how to crawl out of it, well, if the other crabs haven't figured out how to crawl out of it, they usually want to reach up and pull you back down, because what you're doing is, by crawling out of your situation and figuring a way to get to your goals, get to where you really want to be in life, you're exposing the fact that they haven't done that. Some people think that they're just complete victims, like they can't get out of their situation in life, they can't achieve their goals, they can't make a better life for themselves because they feel society is stacked against them, people won't give them a shot, they need to have luck or connections or whatever it is, whatever myth that they've sort of built in and they've been telling themselves for years and years. They've just now accepted that as doctrine and they won't question it. So when somebody like you starts making some big moves, starts getting accepted by libraries, gets your first couple of placements, actually starts to see some fruits of your labor, you actually start to see some progress, it starts to expose in them, especially musician friends or other producer friends maybe that you have, that they also could have been doing this, right? This is also something that they could have been achieving. They could have been just putting in their effort, working hard and working smart, doing both, and getting to where they wanted to go. But because they haven't made those choices and they haven't put in that effort, but you have, rather than them, it's a really tough pill to swallow for somebody to go, you know what, they're just doing better than me. I got to figure out what they're doing and kind of swallow the humble pill right now and change what I'm doing, because I want to be like them. I want to get on their path and go forward and make some progress. That's a really hard thing for a lot of people to deal with. It's much easier just to say, hey, you're going to fail at that, right? For them to just try to tear you down, pull you back into the bucket. It's going to be too hard. You're going to get rejected. That's only for the people that are connected. That's only for people that have, a bunch of luck. It's just not realistic. It's not going to work out for you. It's easier to basically kind of double down on people's stories that they've told themselves for why they haven't achieved what they wanted to achieve. And so when they see you, sort of the lone one going out there and giving it a shot, that's why you get a lot of this rejection. So what I do want to say in this video, don't hold it against people that give you this rejection, that want to smack you in the face as you're going down this path. You know, they are not necessarily doing it to try to hurt you or to pull you back. It might have that effect temporarily, because I mean, let's not lie. Getting hit in the face with a bat, or getting rejected, or getting some pushback from people that you've looked up to, or loved, or just had a relationship with, never feels good in the beginning. So it never felt good in the beginning when somebody would do that. But I always use that as my sort of fuel to prepare myself even further, right? So sometimes for me, at least it's just maybe in my personality, that when I get some rejection, I get some, you know, doubt or hate or whatever it is that I'm getting. It doesn't feel good in the beginning. Never like to feel it. But after I sit on it for just a bit, you know, if it's really bothering me, a lot of times I will love to go to the gym. I'll go for a long walk, go for a long bike ride. Just getting a lot of that physical kind of just, you know, angst out of me is really a really healthy thing for me to do. But once I calm down, once I move past that, I realize, you know, I'm going to now push even harder. I'm going to now, because this bat basically, or this obstacle is now in my way, or I feel this little bit of pressure from somebody, or this little bit of pushback, or somebody just saying, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't, I don't like what you're doing, or whatever it is. I kind of just use that to say, all right, this is just now, I need more steam, I need more power, I need more effort, I need to go harder, I need to put more hours in. I need to push through and break through that obstacle that's now in front of me that I didn't actually know was there. This is something that, these are obstacles, and people that you know, people that reach out to you, people that are giving you the stuff, these will be those obstacles that will get into your head and make you double think, you know, or think twice about, should you keep going? Should you keep pursuing this avenue? So these are not easy things to get through. But now, many years after receiving so many of these situations in my career, I kind of look forward to it in a kind of a weird, sick way, because when I get this feedback and I get these baseball bats coming my way, I know it'll still hurt. It's not that it doesn't hurt. It still doesn't feel good, but I just know that in the long run, I always say thank you to them. Even sometimes I don't tell them to their face, or they don't even know, but I do always thank them to myself, to say thank you for giving me more fuel, giving me more fire, pushing me through. I made a video about this probably 2 years ago, where I said that spite and hatred are not emotions to be resisted or feared, or to, you know, never want to have or something, because there's this kind of like weird sort of almost like a religion of positivity on the internet, of people just like, go, 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 just be positive and don't worry about hate and don't hate and this, that. But let's just be real. We're human beings. We're going to feel spite. We're going to feel anger. We're going to feel hatred. These are just, you know, one part of the spectrum for the human experience. And so I have always used spite, hatred, anger, frustration. I've used all of those seemingly negative emotions in my life to push myself forward, to say, I will do this to spite that person, to prove that person that they were absolutely wrong. I will go even harder. I'll work even further. I'll wake up even earlier, and I will be even more consistent than anybody else has ever been more consistent at this game, at this level of this industry, or whatever it is, for what you're doing, what you're pursuing, especially with production music. So I hope you guys take this as that motivation, and also just be aware this is your path, okay? There's really no way to avoid this, to take a little longer route away from all of this, and then nobody is going to give you any hard times or any rejection or any sort of pushback. They're going to give it to you, okay? It's just coming. So I hope this is basically a little bit of a warning for you. You can prepare for it a little bit more, but also just know that it's totally normal, and don't hate the people that are doing it to you. In a weird way, you'll want to resent them, but use this resistance that you get from them to make yourself even succeed even more, to push even harder, to wake up earlier, to make more music, to improve your skills even more, to put that extra hour or two that you didn't think you can do, to produce that extra track per week that you said before, it's impossible, I don't think I can produce any more tracks. You know, throw all those excuses out and use the sort of extra energy that you might get from these situations in your career to push you even forward. So that's what I want to say, guys. Please let me know below in the comments what has been your pushback moments, who in your life, you don't have to name names, please don't do that, but just, you know, who has been giving you any of this kind of pushback? What have they been saying? How have you been dealing with it? Has it actually kind of made you depressed and given up? Have you been really thinking about just really bailing out because of this pushback? Do you get more motivated by it? Do you get more sort of energized by it in the end? I really want to know what you guys do when you come along these situations. But this picture right here, I think, just completely summed it up the best. So I loved it. And I think the artist, I just see something here that says "Happy Trader." at happy underscore trader, 2 underscores trader, or 1 underscore trader. So I don't know who that is, so I want to give credit to whoever put this together. I don't know if they put it together or they're just passing it along. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please leave a like if you found this useful and inspirational.